What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for this really quick video, and today we'll be talking about the newest feature this year, custom visual cue. With this one, I'll show you how it works, and at the end, I'll give my recommendation on which one is the best one, and of course, I'll explain why. So let's get right into it. So first, let's have a quick recap on how visual cue works. Then later on, we'll talk about the new custom visual cue. So basically, the original visual cue settings from 2K24 is the settings where you can choose which part of the animation you want to release the shoot button. You got jump, set point, push, and release, with jump as the fastest and release as the slowest. Visually with jump, you need to release the shoot button at this point. Set point will be somewhere around here, push will be at this point, and release will be at this point. Now, that's if you're playing without latency. In online modes, since there's a bit of delay, you got to release the shoot button a bit earlier. Like for example, in a perfect world where there's no latency, with push, you got to release the shoot button exactly here, or probably a couple of milliseconds before that. But on my court, which has a bit of latency, you need to release the shoot button around here, so you have to factor in latency as well. Now for custom visual cue, it is pretty much the same thing, but the good thing about this is there's a variable adjustment feature where you can adjust it bit by bit. So if you want somewhere between push and release, then you can adjust it to somewhere at the middle. Now the question is, what is the best settings? Before we go right into it, just want to invite you guys to like the video for liking so far. And if you're making a new build, I highly suggest to check the channel out for more videos. I made a lot of good ones recently, so I'm pretty sure you'll get something valuable in here. And of course, subscribe to tune in for upcoming ones. So now going back, what is the best settings? Of course, there's an element of personal preference in here, but I'm really positive that this one here will be the best one. So basically, when choosing the right settings, you have to consider two things. First one, it needs to be on the part of the animation where the motion is really big, so the visual cue will be really obvious. And second one, it should feel natural. And by the way, I usually shoot without the meter, so I only rely on the animations. I don't want jump and set point because they don't feel natural, and there's no visual cue. And with release, yeah, in a perfect world where there's no latency at all, maybe it's good, but the thing about it is the visual cue is not that visible. With release, you will look at the flick of the wrist, which is not that visible in real game. Yeah, maybe here if it's zoomed in, you can see it, but in real game, it's going to be too small. With push though, we all know that the cue is when you start to push the ball from your forehead, but since most of us got delay, now it will end up earlier, which will usually land on the cockback part of the animation. And here you can see, I released the button right here. The thing about that part of the animation is aside from feeling natural, the visual cue is really big. Like the motion where you cock the ball back, that is really big. So it will be obvious and really visible, so you have something to refer to. So what I recommend is somewhere here. You can adjust it for a bit depending on your latency. So that's it for this one. Again, would be really awesome if you guys can check the channel out. I got a lot of good stuff in there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.